Hello, hello, welcome. We're going to go ahead and get started right away because we have a lot to cover today. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and start my show. All right. So you should all see my screen. And I'd love for you to type in the chat as we go through introductions what your name is, where you are from, and what problem in the world you hope to solve. So, as an introduction to myself, my name is Miranda Williamson. I am the recruitment manager for SeedSpot. I'm located in Boulder, Colorado right now. SeedSpot has a prominent presence in both Phoenix, Arizona, and in DC, the capital of the United States. And we are almost fully remote. We do run some in-person programming in Phoenix and in DC, but we are mostly remote programming. We did run as well, just got back from Nashville, Tennessee, where we ran a program for community health experts working to solve some of the disparities in the community health field. So a bit about today's info session. I'm going to talk about the Impact Accelerator here at SeedSpot. I have a lot of information to get through in the next 30 minutes. We do have a hard cutoff at 12 p.m. Mountain Time, so we are going to honor everyone's time here, but there should be some time for you all to ask questions at the end of this session. So I do encourage some interaction and questions. Save those questions, either put them in the chat or save them, and there will be some time to ask those questions. And we'll go ahead and get started. So our mission here at SeedSpot is to educate, accelerate, and invest in entrepreneurs who are creating solutions to the world's toughest challenges. So we really are here to build a community and to invest in those entrepreneurs who have a connection to the problem they're hoping to solve, who have connections and proximity to the communities that they're hoping to serve. A little bit about our impact metrics. So the impact that our entrepreneurs have had, the entrepreneurs that we have worked with. Yes, Nana, you have a question.
Yes, unfortunately, your screen is not showing. It says it's loading.
Oh, no. Let me go ahead and reshare. Thank you for that. Go ahead and reshare, see if this is going to work. Okay, let's stop this and see if I can get this started again. Okay, I may have to share like this. We'll go ahead and share like this for the time being, since there seems to be some issues with sharing when in full screen mode. So let me go ahead and see if that works. Does that work?
Yes, yes.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that. All right, so capital raised thus far. We have 122 million capital raised. That's by our alumni, individuals who have gone through our programs. Revenue generated. That is revenue generated through the ventures and projects they have started and businesses they have started. That's 306 million. My favorite metric here is jobs created. And that is over 5,000 jobs created through the businesses that the entrepreneurs who've gone through SeedSpot programs have created in their communities. Now, as an accelerator, we pride ourselves on serving underrepresented founders. Those are women and BIPOC, Black and Brown identified founders. You can see the numbers there. We're very proud to be a diverse community and to serve those underrepresented founders. A little bit about the impact areas that we work with. We are not specific on this. We welcome a variety of different types of impact individuals, creating access to education, individuals tackling climate change, individuals in the community health sector. So as you can see from the buckets on this graph, there are a variety of different individuals tackling different issues that face our world and challenges that face our world today. So program overview, I'm going to talk a little bit about the Impact Accelerator. It is an 8-week program, and I'll definitely share a bit later on in my conversation what those 8 weeks look like. But this program is designed to have communication with entrepreneurs, regular communication with opportunities, tools and resources, mentoring and coaching. We pair each individual with a mentor from a support to support them during the 8 weeks with a self-identified gap. So say one of your gaps in your work is go-to-market strategy, or maybe it's marketing itself. You don't know how to market your business. You need some support there. We'll pair you with an expert who can help you with tools in that specific area during the 8-week program. You'll work with them weekly. Now, we also recognize that it's good to get advice outside of that one individual. And we have a network of leaders and industry experts that we will bring in 3 different Thursdays throughout the program and offer opportunities for you to connect with them in both one-on-one and group coach settings. We run our programs through Google Classroom. If you're not familiar with that, that's fine. We totally onboard you through that program, and I'll talk a little bit more about what the online environment looks like. We do have homework and pre-work assignments in a workbook. All work will be related to your venture, related to the work that you are already doing in the community, and related to your business. So it's not like a traditional education setting where we need to cover Freud or certain experts or certain textbooks. We don't have those requirements. What we're trying to give you is the tools that you need to immediately apply to your work. So nothing we give you should be should feel unnecessary, as it would in a traditional education setting. Now, I may sound like I'm bashing traditional education settings. I am not. I have multiple degrees. I have an advanced degree. I'm very pro education, but having gone through many programs in higher education, I understand more than most that you are expanding your mind and your way of thinking. You aren't necessarily getting the immediate tools you need to be successful in the workforce or in a business arena. And that is what we're trying to fill that gap with our program. Where does SeedSpot excel as an accelerator? So as an accelerator, we really excel at getting individuals in this sweet spot here in the middle. You see the sweet spot here in the middle are between the dotted lines, which are prototype, pre-seed stage, and seed stage. So that is, to reiterate, like a prototype. You have a prototype, you've done your research, you have an idea about what you need to do, and then we help you to get that first revenue, or we help you in your first revenue to get to that stage where you're able to take investment. So we're really helping you move from one stage to the next in this 8-week program. This program is not for individuals who are in the early idea phase. We do have a program for that, and I'm happy to talk about that as well. This really is to help individuals get to that revenue generating stage or to that seed stage, moving through this funnel here. A little bit about how we do that in our 8 weeks. So it is, like I said, an 8-week program, and I have the themes broken down here week by week. So it is a space where we have experts here at SeedSpot that we come in and we will talk about these different pillars, these different themes each week. And now we also bring in a network of industry experts to talk about certain themes as well. So either we will be leading the conversation, the workshop, or we will be bringing in experts to lead the conversation and talk a little bit about each of these themes. Not a little bit, actually. I take that back. It's a deep dive into these themes. So this is a little bit more about how it's broken down. This is the schedule, and anyone who is admitted into the program will get this full schedule. This is a sample schedule. So this program I'm talking about now begins in July. This is the past program. So the program begins July 31st, and you'll get a full schedule so you know every single day what will be happening. Now, one huge benefit to this program is that we admit ventures. So we'll admit your business. What that means is you and your co-founder, or you and one of your team members, you can participate in this program together. Or you can say, oh my gosh, you deal with all of the financials of our business. So I think it makes much more sense for you to attend this day and me to attend this day. So you can divide and conquer as well. We do have high expectations. We do expect that your venture is represented every single day in the classroom experience. And one reason is we are working to build a community. We're working to share our experience and expertise and build a community as well of like-minded individuals who are tackling some of the world's toughest problems. We cannot have community if we don't have participation and respect one another's times by showing up. So we do take participation seriously within that layer of flexibility that I just mentioned. Now, online programming is a bit different. So actually, most of us are familiar with online and virtual programming since the pandemic. It's not new to us anymore. However, SeedSpot has been offering high quality virtual programming since pre-pandemic. So this has always been a part of our programming, and one of the big reasons why this is so incredible is because it allows us to access individuals who maybe don't have the ability to come in person, whether it's socioeconomic, or they have a family, or they just can't leave their business to come attend an in-person program. So this has always allowed us to access communities that otherwise wouldn't be able to participate in our programs. So these are high quality and very personalized and interactive Zoom workshops. So we utilize breakout rooms. We offer office hours similar to like you would have in a university where you could hop into a professor's office hours. We have office hours. So if you're struggling with anything, you're able to attend those office hours. We keep our cohorts pretty small. This next cohort in July will be about 18 individuals. And that is so that we can offer really tailored components to our programming. Now, I'm going to switch gears a little bit and talk about the application process itself for the next 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'll open it up for some questions. Now, I think there's a lot of mystery around how application processes work, and I like to just remove all that mystery and just share up front exactly what's happening behind the scenes so that you are set up for success throughout this process. You are here, you attend an info session, you get all the information, you get inspired, you go online and you submit your application. Now, our application is not very extensive, and I'll give some tips about how to complete that to the highest degree possible in a minute. It should only take about 10 minutes to complete, maybe 15 if you're really thorough. That application will be reviewed within 2 weeks of submission. There will then be a 20-minute interview. And that interview is important Since there isn't a very extensive written application, what you bring to the interview is important. We'll ask you about 4 questions, and we'll give you some time to ask us questions as well. So it's important to show up on time and prepared to talk about your business, your venture, your work, yourself, a little bit of your story as well. And I'll get more into that in my next slide. You'll then be evaluated for program fit. I also will get a little bit more into that and what that looks like. We have a scholarship review, and now the scholarship is based on both need and merit. We do not ask for financial documentation, so need is purely based on information that we gather from our conversation. And then you'll receive an offer letter. The offer letter will have your scholarship package. We do also offer flexible payment plans. So at that time, when you receive an offer letter, you are able to set up a payment plan for the remainder of the tuition. Now the program is $2,000. Many admitted individuals receive a scholarship amount. That amount varies, as I said, based on both need and merit. Now, building a strong application. As I said, our application process is not extremely extensive, extremely challenging. One of those reasons is we like to remove barriers. And one of the first barriers individuals face is the application. That being said, do not answer the questions with one sentence. We only have a few questions. So use that space to describe your work as thoroughly as possible. Remember that grammar is important. It's a short application. We'll only be asking for 1 paragraph, a few sentences in some cases. Remember that grammar in those few sentences is important. Be specific. So it is short, so let's be as specific as possible in that application. And don't lose sight of the prompts. Don't lose sight of what we're asking in those specific questions. We're asking you to talk about your work, to talk about your venture. Remember, that's what we want to hear about. We also really love personal stories. If there isn't time in the application, there will be time to talk about that in the interview. And we'd love for you to bring your personal story. What drives you? What motivates you? What inspires you to solve the problem in the world you're working to solve? And then the next final piece is we do have 2 application deadlines, an early application deadline and a final application deadline. I encourage everyone to submit an application at least a week early. Our program does fill up, and getting your application in before the final deadline will give you the best chances of getting a spot in the program. What's next? All right, so online application, the priority deadline is June 25th. The final deadline is July 9th. Again, I encourage everyone to get it in a little bit early. That would put it at least by July 1st, getting an application in. The next step would be that 20-minute interview, which would be with myself or another member of the selection committee. An offer would then be made. And after the offer is made, you would receive the full schedule. You would also be invited to participate in what we call a venture consultation call with the programs team. That venture consultation call will allow you to share information about your work and to ask any really detailed questions about what you'll receive in the program, about who will be leading the program, about what experts you will meet, about who your mentor will be. I, of course, can answer many questions, but these questions can be very granular. Then on July 19th, we have a Meet the Cohort, or an Impact Accelerator huddle, as we call it. This is a chance to meet the other cohort members. As I mentioned, this is a community of like-minded individuals working to solve the world's challenges. Being an entrepreneur can often be a lonely journey, and we're working to solve that problem with entrepreneurs that we work with. So this is a chance to meet those individuals and connect with them, individuals that you'll be sharing the next 8 weeks of your life with. So criteria, what are we looking for? What do we hope to see in an application? We're looking for potential for impact. So what I mean by that is Do you understand the community you are working to support? Do you understand the problem? Have you done research? Do you have a connection to that community that you're working to support? Potential for scale. So what we're looking for is there a potential with the type of work you're doing to support more individuals in your community than you already are supporting? In market traction, so we do also look at what traction you have. As I said, do you have a functioning prototype? That's pretty important to us. So have you tested the market? Do you have a functioning prototype working? So pre-seed. So yes, we do look for individuals who are looking to close their first sale, generate their first revenue, write their first grant. We are for-profit or nonprofit, so we'll take both individuals and support them through that process. So we also look for individuals who exhibit coachability. So are you interested in gaining insights and advancing your work? Are you interested in others' opinions? Are you interested in shifting your way of thinking and being flexible to really dive into the process? So we also value passion, grit, resilience over credentials and pedigrees. So we are looking for those gritty entrepreneurs. Maybe you've had another business before that has failed and you're ready to try again. Maybe you don't have a degree from a fancy college. That's totally fine. Also, we do take individuals with degrees. Again, like I said, I have multiple, all for higher ed, but it's not necessary to be successful in this program to have an advanced degree. All right. Next, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing screen and open it up to any questions. I'm also going to go ahead and stop recording so that you feel comfortable asking any questions that you might have.